What's up, coin hunters? Bloc Boi here, and welcome to another episode of the Bloc Boi Show. Thanks for bearing with me there. Started a couple minutes late. The Wi-Fi wanted to go ahead and disconnect at the last second, which I'm glad I caught it before I was actually starting versus in the middle of the stream. That would have been a bummer. So Corey C. first. Nice. Quick on the draw. You've been first a couple times, my friend. And this time you actually were first. So thanks for joining. And anybody else who might be here but hasn't dropped into the chat yet, go ahead and say what's up when you get here. So where are we? August 4th. And so we've already kind of seen some of the mechanics of the auction house. And Illusion Weaver has already made the announcement that beginning next Monday, the format's going to change a little bit. You're going to be able to sort a little bit differently. And then, of course, the duration of the auctions will be reduced to 3 days as well, which is good. Because I think 7 days is a long time, but at least for that first one, they wanted to make sure that everything was correct before they, made something short-term that potentially the whole first one could end before they caught or fixed any, potential bugs within it. But that's part of the cool thing about having been part of this beta for so long, and then now it's been released on the Apple stores, or the Play Store rather, is the fact that rather than them developing the game in the background and having a closed beta and stuff like that, and figuring out exactly how the game was going to work from start to finish, and then releasing a polished product once it was ready, they let us be part of that journey, and we've got to watch the game evolve over time and be a part of it. So that's been fun. So Renee VIP VDB Twitch in the house. What's up? Thanks for joining again. Jason JJJ. Hi. Thanks for joining. Whitmore Sycamore's in the house. Yo. Carrie the Plumber. What's up? And Zempire Twitch. Howdy, partner. So we want to wrap today's sponsor, the Back Nine Bullies Golf Club. And yes, that's my man T Woods, draped up and dripped out with some goldies around his neck, but I think that might be photoshopped, but it's a pretty dope t-shirt nonetheless. And Jason says, I only have 2 friends with Android. They're already playing. Yeah, you better get those Android friends on it, right? They'd be silly not to play. And then Zempire Twitch said, watching it evolve is part of the fun. Exactly. Not just watching it evolve, but like adapting to those evolutions as you play through the game and figure them out. That's the real fun. So let's see. Today we've got some immersive gameplay. Let me go to the map of what we're going to be looking at today. Hey, I'm in the way. I can do this real quick. Well, let's. Oh wait, it didn't even switch it yet. Hey, there we go. Okay, so this is, hold on, let me do this. I'll go this way. All right, so we start here. There we go. We start here on Sunset, and then head east, going down to Hillhurst. So Hillhurst is the furthest that way, the furthest street that way. And then I looped up, so I came up and then up to Los Feliz and then back this way and then down Vermont to Hollywood and then back west and ended over, I forget, Fairfax or something like that. Anyways, so that's the loop. So it's a little bit of my typical modified, what I call my Hollywood loop, which is Sunset and Hollywood Boulevards, and it's just that long corridor. I've now added, since this is, a relatively new development, that area in Los Feliz up there, those 2 streets specifically, Hillhurst and Vermont, are real nice and full of user vaults. So now when I do that loop, I usually go all the way down and then hit that little finger, that segment that comes north, and then come back down and do my normal loop back. So anyways, that's what we're going to be watching today. Before we head over there, we got this, got these fun things. Okay. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna use those, but that was fun. Wow. Absalom, what's up, man? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Go buy a cheap Android burner at Walmart for like 40 and make it back in a week. Me? Or just in general? People? People in general, maybe? Okay, we're doing that, and then can we interact with that? We can. There it is. Alright. I did it. I did it, guys. Did it work? Yeah, it's people now, right? It is. Boom. So on my other monitor, I have dark mode, which I really like, and it would blend right in with the black background, but I don't know how to do it on the desktop. But anyhow, did that. The cheap ones won't download it. Oh, the cheap phone? Pro Streamer. What's up, IT guy? You talking to me? You talking to me? Pro Streamer? I'm working on it. I mean, technically, I made an announcement the first day that I was a Twitch affiliate that since I got paid that day, you know, the IOC's definition of being a professional is having been paid to play a sport at any point. So I guess I'm a e-gamer pro streamer, something. I guess technically this game made all of us professional since the game literally pays you. But no, if I were to switch to Android, I'm getting an S21. Already been looking at them. Actually, I might switch soon. I'm going to make a video. So Abslim just made a comment in the Discord that what did he say? He's like, it's funny. He said, haha, I like how you instruct people to complain to Apple. Because I put a template for what you can send to Apple about the game, the fact that you want to play and that you're going to switch from an Apple or from an iPhone to an Android if they don't let you play this game. That's how cool the game is. And I just put like a sample that a link you can send the email to, and some verbiage you could use or not. And yeah, go complain to Apple. Tell them to let the game release in the App Store. It is a nice Hollywood tour. It's going to be. Strava, yeah, Strava is what I use to track my route for the day. No, me, iOS, people. All right, true. And then you talking to me? Art, what's up, Art? Thanks for coming, man. You're the famous streamer. I'm like a famous moose, like levitating moose. Leppy. Bloc Boi, hype. All right, so we'll go over to the immersive gameplay. That's kind of what I've coined the video of the exterior and the gameplay. Immersive. It feels immersive, right? Don't you kind of feel like you're almost right here in Hollywood with me, or in Santa Monica, or downtown, or Long Beach, or any of these places that I go? It's kind of neat. I've had people reach out to me and be like, hey, I used to live in SoCal. It's cool to watch you drive around there and go by these places. So I think it's fun. But Mailman's in the house. Yo. Welcome. IT guy, love it. Makes me want to go pro. Oh, it makes me want to go pro my bike rides. GoPro's one word, I think. It sounds like you're like, it makes me want to go pro, like I'm in the amateur circuit right now riding my bike, but I would like to go pro. No, I knew what you meant after I read it out loud. It feels like I'm strapped to the side of the car. Probably because you are. So, alright, without further ado, got one more transition and then we'll hop over to the immersive gameplay. Alright, I gotta work on my transitions a little bit. There's ways to kind of automate this stuff. I'm trying to learn. Like, you can assign shortcuts. Right now, I'm basically just taking the mouse and I like hover over an action button. I'm like, do that, and then grab this, and then do that. But there's a way to like assign it. I tried it once and it didn't work. Like, I was like, this seems kind of intuitive, so I tried it. It didn't work. But I could be like, hit this button and it does a transition rather than me cumbersomely clunking through. But so as we get started, where did I say I started? I was on Sunset, and then let's see, what do we have coming up here? It looks like, okay, I'm coming up on the 101, right? Yeah, the 101. So there's the sign for the 101 freeway over there, rather. So that's where I'm at, and you'll see, like, so these I'm always getting confused because it's reversed. So right here, that's the highway. That's the 101 that we're coming up on. And then I'm just going to keep going east. Is the distracting driving laws not as strict in the U.S.? No, you have to get a good driver because, you know, distracted driving, like you can't be, you know, fumbling around with your cell phone while you're driving. So if you are playing by vehicle, I would strongly suggest you do so while you're a passenger. And if you can get a pro driver, that's the best move. So, do you have a Stream Deck? They're good for hotkeys. It's funny that you should mention them, actually. So, no, but I've been looking at them. I want a Stream Deck. So, for those of you that don't know what that is, it's basically like this little device that has a bunch of buttons that you plug into your computer, and then you assign actions to those buttons. And I want one so bad because, like, I've always, like, all right, let me nerd out for a minute, you guys. It's going to be kind of funny, but this is real. This is true. So I've always wanted to kind of like have a show. It didn't have to be like a show that you watch, like a DJ show or something like that. I used to love, I mean, I still do. I still listen to the radio. I listen to 92.3, and there's a local DJ named Big Boi. He's going to be the first African-American broadcaster ever to get his own star on the Walk of Fame. Actually, technically, that's half true. Steve Harvey got his star on the Walk of Fame. Steve Harvey, comedian, actor, and broadcaster. He got his star for some reason in the broadcasting category. But anyways, Big Boi's the man. He's an LA icon. He's a legend, and he's on 92.3. And you can listen to 92.3 anywhere if you get iHeartRadio, the app. But anyhow, I've always been a big fan of radio, and I've always wanted a radio show or something, and I've always wanted to use, like Big Boi does certain sound effects and does these certain callbacks and stuff, so it's just really fun and neat, but I've always wanted to be able to like hit a button and have it be like, bow, 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 and then like a different button is like, wah, 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 but you have some stuff preloaded. Some of them are transitions or scene changes. Some of them can be audio, or like I cut to a clip or cut to one of those transitions, or even build in a transition before a scene change. But it's nerd stuff, you guys, but it's super cool, and I want one. They're good for hotkeys. Okay, and then Crypto Medizi, do you get something extra special if you are the first one to answer a user vault after it's been created? No, you don't. The only special thing you get for being the first to answer a user vault is you're the first one to potentially get some extra resource, you know, like some resin or paint or something, but nothing fancy. On that, along those lines, though, the first team of people who contributed to the first QB crane that was constructed did get something special. They got the Foreman QB, so the most people who could get that would be 100, because you have to put at least 10K resin into it. So if 100 unique people did that, that would fill it up. So that's the most it could possibly have. But I also know that I think Squeenie was one of the people that dropped a metric crap ton of resin into it. So I would guess that there's probably like 60-some people tops that have that QB. But regular user vaults, not that special. Good evening, guys. Coin Hunt World Wiki, Marlov's in the house. And if anybody hasn't seen Marlov's new QB, go to the Discord and check it out. It's super cool. It's like a little historian nerd. I hope I got that right. But somebody's talking about rollerblading. Bro, what? Please do. Please roller. Like, if there's a rollerblader hunter, you better start streaming, man. People, like, what? I'm gonna stop streaming just to watch that stream. This format is awesome. Thank you, Smooshy. Have you not been here for a while? This is how I try to always do it, is my immersive gaming experience with gameplay and real-world footage. But hey, everybody, Smooshy's in the house. For those of you who don't know, he's the guy that's wearing that Canadian Mountie QB and is sitting atop the global leaderboard right now in the #1 position. So what's up, Smooshy Brad? How many miles did you ride today? 1 billion? Only 25 got it? Is that really? You sound hyped. I am hyped. All the time. All day. Every day, man. Hype City. 25. I would believe that 25 people filled that whole thing, so they averaged 40K resin a piece in it. Wow, man. I've been getting a green key right after they're constructed and then answered. I mean, that's just coincidental. If you've gotten that a couple times, you've been lucky because it's not like that's not a thing that's built into the game. You're just getting a good random outcome. That's pretty cool. When did you first get into crypto? 2017 for me. Diamond hands, baby. What's up, Rudy Tooty? 2017, probably at the tail end of 2017. Is that when it went, like peaked at 19 something? The first time it hit that high was at 2017. So I was in a little bit before that. Not early 2017, but around there. You know, I got some stuff. I wasn't investing a ton because at the time, yeah. Anyways, I didn't put a ton into it. I wish I put more because I was putting more at the time into stocks, which they go up too. You know, my portfolio I think is pretty well rounded, but you can never get enough crypto. I feel like, and that's why this game is so rad. But 2017, that's solid, man. Cuckoo Puffs was invested in crypto when like I was still in middle school. I think. No, I'm just kidding. That was a very long time ago. But he got in real early. That would have been nice. I was pretty happy. I did get a chunk of Doge coin before it bubbled before, so I bought some for like super stupid low. So that was neat when it went up. And I just hold it all anyways, so you know it's down relatively a lot since it peaked at like 70 cents or whatever. But yeah, crypto's dope. Not sure. 25 people. If I can drop the link. I believe you, Marlov. You're the guy that keeps the stats, so Rudy Tooty, one wheel it. What, those little things? Is it one of those guys? Was somebody on one? Marlov the Scholar. What did I say? Oh, that's Princess Hyena. Hello, milady. Welcome. Oh no, Absalom said Marlov the Scholar. Princess Hyena said, I love that the wiki is in here. The wiki. Yes, the entirety. He's synonymous. Marlov is one and the same. Him and the wiki are a symbiotic species, not unlike Venom in the comic book world. Canada baby, JK892 in the house. Coin Hunt World. I love my QB. It's a little know-it-all wiki professor. I like it. The video won't be this nice. I'll be like Blair Witch met the boardwalk if you were to do your if you were to stream. Hey man, there's room for everybody. That sounds like some avant-garde, like art house type stuff. LOL. So Rudy Tooty, yeah, haha, on the way up for me. Rode all the way down too, and then back up, and then back down. Yeah, it's a roller coaster, but it just keeps growing over time. That's how it works. That's how all the other stuff works. It's how the stocks I bought work. They just, you know, it's like it's interesting because it's like I'm not like a financial genius. Like I have self-taught myself a lot of the things that I know. Self-taught myself might be a redundant way to say that, but it's not a phrase I'm used to saying. But anyhow, I'm not a genius in finance by any means, but it's funny because I'm like, part of me is thinking, does all this stuff just keep increasing in value because we just keep printing money and that's what inflation is, right? So like if you have extra income to invest, like then you can put it in something that grows faster than the inflation because other people are like losing money. I don't know. It's so weird. It's like it just keeps growing. It just works. It doesn't. It's like it doesn't seem like it could sustain itself. I find it interesting. So with capitalism and like stocks and companies and having a board of trustees and like it's the bottom line and the profit margin. Everyone wants like the numbers to trend upwards, and you can't like always do that. It's just like there's going to be a point where there's diminishing returns. And you can't just keep paying people more and like the executives more and like everyone makes more money and the shareholders are all happy and everyone makes money and it keeps going up. And I don't know how that works, but it can't forever just go that way to the moon, as people say. But I'll hold on to some stuff and hope that it does go to the moon. Hindsight's 2020, absolutely. If I knew, man, I remember when Bitcoin went down to like 3,600 or something, and I think I bought like $200. And now looking back, I'm like, man, if I knew, I would have pulled like everything I could out of a Roth IRA and put it into that. But hindsight is 2020. And just since I brought up a Roth IRA, I do want to do some financial conversation series at some point. I need to make some more instructional type videos. But for those of you that don't know, here's why I like Roth IRAs. So a Roth IRA is an investment account that you can throw cash into, but it's post-taxed, right? So unlike like a TSP or a 401k or something that you might get through your employer and something that could have an employee match that gets pulled out of your check and directly deposited before it gets taxed into one of those retirement accounts, that's like a typical work-related one. But a Roth IRA is something you can open up external to that, and what happens is you take other money that you get paid that's already been taxed, throw it in the Roth IRA. There's a limit, somewhere like $6,000 a year or something. I forget what you're allowed to put in there. And I'm not 100% sure if they stack, meaning like if you have more than one, if you can do multiples. But probably got to consult a tax professional about that. But I may or may not know somebody that has more than one simultaneously. So anyhow, the cool thing about these though is that rather than like putting money into something else or a savings account or holding it in your checking, if you throw it into a Roth IRA, it grows over time, right? And I do DRIP, or like the automatically reinvested when you earn money off of it. If there's dividends and stuff in the portfolio, it buys more of it, right? So it's kind of like investing in itself as it goes as well. But the awesome thing is unlike a savings account, like say you put $5,000 in a savings account and it's your rainy day funds, just sitting there, it's not making you money. Throw it in a Roth IRA, and everything that it grows, you can take out without penalty everything that you've put in because it's your own money and it's already been taxed. But anything that you earn on it, you can't immediately take back. That would be penalized. But you leave the profits in, you take out if you need to what you put in. So anyways, long story short is I could have very easily taken a chunk of money out of an account and had it converted to crypto if I had only known that $3,900 or 36 and change Bitcoin was like going to be probably its absolute low that we'll ever see again. And it wasn't that long ago. So I'm sorry that was like a really long, drawn-out story. But anyways, where are we at now? I can't believe how many routes are there. I have to hunt for over an hour to hit what you hit in 10 minutes. Yeah, it's been, so you see how many user vaults there are out here. And so this whole thing's been built by the community. I mean, there was a good amount of stuff already because Los Angeles is a pretty densely populated area. But it was like, you guys should have seen where I started. In LA, it was good, but like this is insane. This is what happens when dozens and dozens of people play in the same area. It gets cool. Talk to Canada or Vancouver about what happens when dozens and dozens get together in an even smaller geographic area. It gets bananas in pajamas. I feel like I have a little bit of a stuffy nose, but maybe not. So. Since we have some top players in here, how many vaults you guys hitting a day? I'm around 25 to 40 a day. I could probably hit a couple hundred if I do a full day's hunting. So here we are, right on, basically at the mall that's just past Highland on Hollywood. So we're going to come up to like the Chinese Theater and some other stuff. Oh, we got some messages. I think this is when I found out that I got a buddy quest. Hopefully I get that knocked out soon. Lots of vaults a day, though. Anybody else can chime in. Brokerage's highest performing accounts are ones people have abandoned and the ones that belong to dead people. Right? Crazy. That's wild. Rudy Tooty. Always have a moon bag. Tax free, baby. Roth, exactly. Roth IRAs are where it's at. Yep, dividend reinvestment plan. You got to get that drip going on. I find that a lot of people who are into crypto are also into finances and stuff. I feel like it's they obviously overlap. It is a up and coming financial universe game changer. I think we all see the potential. It hasn't really affected how people use money yet in a profound way, but it's going to. Like right around the corner from here, there's a crypto ATM. Things like that, right? So as those become more widespread, as things like, like for example, PayPal. Now you can buy crypto on PayPal. There's all these different financial institutions and organizations are adopting crypto. So once it kind of gets widespread, it's going to be nuts. And we're going to all be very happy that we're in early. So, Renee, Roth IRA, one of the best investment vehicles. I do not disagree. I love the Roth IRA. I also love my TSP. I just love anything that you can stick. It's so interesting, you guys. Like, I grew up in a lower, I'll call it lower middle class, I guess. I don't want to like bag on my upbringing and be like, we was poor, but more or less, okay? So being nice, come from a lower middle class family. And the financial conference, like there wasn't a financial education. I talked about this before. So now it's like, I don't know, I find it so interesting that you can do a lot of really cool things even if you don't have a lot of money. And it's just a matter of prioritizing how you spend. So a lot of people have kind of like loose and wild boundaries for how their money comes in and out, and haven't like sat down and really like calculated things and been like, oh, okay, this, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people are just living check to check and spend everything they make. And I used to be that way once upon a time. But as I got more means and got a little older and wiser, I changed. So anyhow, without getting too far from the game, this game has been such a fun addition to all of those things that I already like to kind of dabble in, because this is the only one that is on it's like zero cost basis. Like there's no money in that you're tracking what your gains or losses are based on some initial investment or even an averaged over time, cost per unit type scenario. It's like it's all just there and now it exists. It's it manifested from ether into the world. So I can't say enough that how cool this game is. Thank you so much, Cuckoo Puffs, for for funding it, and Illusion Weaver. This is like your brainchild. This game is amazing. I love it. I love the direction it's going. Very cool. Very nice. Very nice. I like. That's a little bit of, I think that was Borat. Did I do that convincingly at all? People don't seem to like my impressions. Come on, that's how I made it big. Not really. Rudy Tooty, finally got a bid on my footballs. Whoop, whoop. I'm in the keys now. Oh, on that note, I got to talk about that, but we'll get there in a second. I got to catch up real quick. Footballs, we'll come back to that. Rudy Tooty, I'm happy somebody bid. Awesome Possum, heck yeah, going for CPA. Nice. Accountant, love crypto. Hate doing the taxes on them. I know, man. Taxes, I need to do mine. I got an extension. Anyways, we have a crypto ATM here. Yep, I got one right around the corner. I like the adoption, but the fees on some of those ATMs can be nuts. It can be. For Canadians, Roth IRA, kind of the same as a TFSA. Okay, that's good to know. I know that Canada's cool, man. If y'all, seriously, if Canada and the United States were geographically flip-flopped, I would have moved to Canada a long time ago, because Canadians are chill. Y'all are nice. Y'all are cool. If there was like a LA-like place in Canada, sign me up. But y'all got like beavers and moose and snow for days. When I was a very young kid, I lived in one of the northernmost points in Minnesota, which, if you didn't know this, the majority of Canadians live further south in Canada than where we were in northern Minnesota, right? There's a more, so that's how it was, and it was nuts. That's all I'll say. The snow, the winter, it was insane, off the chain, in the membrane. Game's awesome, very nice, very nice. I'm like, yes, thank you. Told Zach I was gonna buy all his resin for 6 reds. Damn, son, Rudy, yo, support your fellow Los Angeles hunter, man. Los Angelinos got to stick together. On that note, so that's what I want to get to. So I need to go